Guys, back. Today we're going to show you how to easily build 3D models. I'm not a good modeler, so if you're not good at modeling, this is a good guide just to kind of get you started on how to build models. So what you want to do is, the whole thing of modeling is using different shapes. So your biggest tools are your UV sphere, your icosphere, your cylinder, your cone, and your torus. These are the ones that you're going to be using. Nothing else. Maybe a cube, or maybe a plane if you're doing that kind of thing. But really you should be using cylinders for that kind of stuff. Let me show you. Not with the cone. So we can Shift A is the shortcut if you're just wondering. And so you can just create a cylinder. Now we'll boost this up. You can't actually touch these buttons because see, it stuffs up the properties and you can never get those properties back. So the only way to change the Y angle or whatever is here. I can boost this, put it up to 1. Yeah. So that's the only way to do it. Make sure you do it here, not actually use the arrows, and you can't use these ones either. Even though it may seem like you should be able to. Maybe you can use those, I don't know. But all I know is that you really should be using these. So the vertices, these are how many little, kind of like how many little lines you have. If I put this into wireframe, it actually broke it, but I'll show you. But if we put into this, and we're on vertices modes, there's going to be 32 of them. 16 on top, 16 on the bottom. So by, let's both these modes, Shift A this, to another cylinder. So by reducing this, you make them less vertices. As you see, there's 3 on the top, 6 on the top, and 6 on the bottom. Yeah. So a good base is, the loss is 3. And so what you want to do is you want to make your depth. Let's say we're going to build a, our kind of good thing, which is quite, they've always got this kind of Star of Bethlehem. Don't know why, I just liked it, kind of feel to them. So we're going to make the radius a bit bigger, and we're going to make the 0.5 depth, so we actually have like a little bit more of a depth to it. Now we're just going to boost this up by 0.5, 0.25, so the tip is you get half the depth, and that's how much you push it up by. Now this is not very big, so we can boost this to 4. Probably too big, so boost this to 3. And this is going to be our base. Now, to make a Star of Bethlehem kind of thing, what we're going to do is we're just going to tab and tab, just to get rid of this. And we're going to Shift D, and then click. Don't move your mouse, because if you move your mouse, you're going to do that. So now we have our second copy, as you can see here. Now we're going to make sure it's in position, so if you move out, just press Ctrl Z. And then what you want to do is now we want to flip it 90. So we get where we are, and we go to rotation, and we go to Y. And you want to flip it on the Z axis by 90. And while this may look weird, if we click both of them, actually no, this doesn't set up properly. This has to be flipped also. Oh, this could be flipped by 180. Yeah, okay. Normally I flip one by 90, but yeah, you want to flip it by 180, and then click both of them, Control J. There's your Star of Bethlehem, or similar kind of thing. It's actually not. Or is it? No, it's not. Why not? Well, we're just going to pin up a... okay. Cancel, how about you open up recent? It should be that way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ignore what I just did, and I'm gonna mark up. So I'm just gonna create a new one, and just do what I just did again. Sorry. And it should be pretty easy. Boost this up by 0.5. Tab and tab out. Shift D. Click. Press R 180. So by pressing, I think R. Yeah. Now you got your rotation. Now you want to press Z. So you're rotating on the Z axis, and you want to do 180. And that's your star. It just kind of looks a bit weird to me, but I'm sure it's just me. It does come a bit weird, but that's fine. And now what we want to do is now we actually want to connect something to it, because this base is actually maybe a bit bigger than this. We want to kind of have multiple stars. We're going to Control, Shift D, and then click. This is the only one. Make sure you just click and you don't touch anything, and then we're going to move this over. And now we're going to twist this around, and this is where we're going to use this little tool thing. T only does this one. I can't remember what the button for this is, sorry. So what we want to do is we first want to move it over a bit. So we want to get our x-axis, because x is across, and we want to move it by our scale, or how much it was, which is -3, because there's 3 across an axis. Now we want to rotate it so it's matched up. We actually want to move it a bit more, sorry. Be like -4. Maybe even -5. Yeah. And then we can press R, Z, so we can actually rotate it how we want. And then we want to actually rotate it -90. And then now we can kind of slip it back in. So we kind of have this. And now, while this looks a bit weird, it's just, it should look eventually a bit better. Even though it's, I don't know, the Star of Bethlehem just doesn't seem right to me. So make this 0, and then we'll boost it down the y-axis by 3. So about -3. Or what did we have to make this? Negative, what this is. And then we're going to get R. Actually, yep, keep it back where it was, and then that's what it's going to look like. I don't actually like this at all. I don't know. So we're going to remove all these. To me, this just doesn't seem right. I can sex this. To me, this Bethlehem star thing. Oh, it does. I'm just doing it wrong, I think. Maybe. So if we rotate it on that by 90, but that doesn't fit in, even though it technically probably should. Z. That's the problem, is that they kind of should fit in, but they don't. Let's have a quick look into my Unity model. Here we go, here's a train, and see how, oh, they actually don't fit in. Okay, that's fine. Well, we kind of want them to fit in nicely. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a special triangle for this. Like, this is just completely no experience elsewhere, so, and by that I mean, here, won't make this 0. And by that, I just kind of mean, I haven't done any planning for this, so I just kind of jumped in, because I think it's sweet and get some of the nicest things. So we are going to rotate this on the z-axis, as usual, by 90. And then we're going to move it by -4. And then, actually, no, we're not going to move by 0. And we're going to shift it across by -1, 1.5 till we get to the middle of it, because it's a 3 wide, so that means 1.5 is going to be middle, so we can't get this nice little thing that looks a bit weird, but hopefully it should be nice. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing by going -1, and then flipping by 90. Or basically just kind of, oh, we're at 180. Do we now? No, we don't. We want 270. Okay, we're just going to recreate a new one. Oh, freak. Okay, can I get that back? No, I can't. See? I failed already. For some reason, this doesn't like saying it's dented, so we'll just do this. Then we can obviously make this 0.5, we can also make this 1 as we had, or -1. And then we can flip this on the z-axis by 90. So it fits in quite nicely. It's negative 1.5, that was. Okay. Then we can click here, we can go Shift A and create another cylinder. And again, we just make this centered completely. Make this 0.5. And now we make it negative 1.5. And then we turn it, as usual, we turn it 90, which gives us this thing. So we actually want to do, which one do 1.5 normal. And we want to turn it, negative 90, that way. That's the way we want. Now this is what our thing looks like right now. Now it looks weird, I actually just kind of like it, right? But we'll just continue from here. So we'll make them all one object, which kind of just makes it nicer. And we'll make that all one object. It just makes the nicer for Unity. Sometimes if you do it all one object, we are in edit mode, so we'll turn out of that. We'll center by going Shift C. I know there's like a mouse icon, you can do that. We'll tell you what you're pressing. If you have any questions, just put in the comment box below. And then what we'll do is, how long have we been doing this for? 11 minutes. So this is our base, and it took me that long to get the base. Yeah, I'm not very good, as you can tell. But obviously it requires a little bit of, you know, whatever you'd call it. Now, what do I want to do this to? Well, I'm thinking since this is a base, we kind of want to have an actual like base structure. So whether or not we want stairs or whether or not we want something similar, we actually want to have a base, you know, and a feeling of a base. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to have these pseudo pylons. So I'm going to create a, this is one of the few situations where I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to push it up to 0.5. And I'm going to make a radius 2. Actually no, 1.5. So it just kind of fits in the middle. Obviously, do the half of that, so 0.75 is half. Oh. Wait, 1.5. Okay, obviously for cubes it seems like you just do the radius. Okay, that's very good. Guys, okay. So, well, I mean, actually this is brought up. So bring this down to 2.5, which should fix it on there. So this is what our cube looks like, and now we actually want to bring this up to 2. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? I didn't even click on it. And it just decided to use it. That was annoying. 5. And actually 2 is perfectly, I think, in this case. Guys, this is our cube. So now we actually want to do something with this cube, obviously. So how will we actually build something with it? So what we want to do is we actually want to give it some edit mode, obviously, and we want to subdivide it a bunch. So we want to subdivide it maybe 10 times. So we get this like nice little thing. Now I like to go tab out and in so you don't get this little edit thingy for subdividing. Now we want to actually, I like to use face mode. That's just a preference, but I like to use face mode. Now what we want to do is we actually want to make pylons. So we want to get these corners and we want to pull them out of it. So we actually want to kind of get all these corners. You can just press Control click for that. And we want to extrude them out just a little bit, like maybe 0.2. And the same over here. Extrude by 0.2. And we'll just do it on all these. So we'll just go here to here. You can also just shift right click to I don't know if that was necessary, but I was like, why not? By 0.2. Guys, so where you have it, you can always just do by 0.2 because you're just extruding outwards. If you're extruding inwards, you'd always, that's where you were, you'd always do negative. I just left that bit. Then we will do the same over here. And just 2 more. So we're just kind of building some simple pylons. Now, we actually want to do something. So we're going to find the center. And this looks like a center. So it's got 5 that way, 5 that way, 5 that way, and 5 that way. And now we want to extrude this in its corresponding 4 round. I mean 6, sorry. Yeah, we want to do it this way. We want to push it up by 1. Now this is gonna be our second set of pylons, right? Because we want to have like a base like this, and then we want to kind of have them curve around. Now we'll just save this, and we'll say, just so I can show you what I kind of got ideas from. Base. I got ideas from my this, and this is where I got my ideas from. So you know, see how they've got that kind of pylon thing. This is all a square, just saying. And I got loop cuts to make those little pylon things, and we'll be doing that. So what we'll do is we will do that probably next time. No, why not? We can. This will be a slightly longer episode. So we will get, now for this case, even though it may seem like it, if you're going up or down, regardless, if for example, let's say I want to extrude them all out by 1. So let's say by the z-axis by 0.1, it would stuff them all out because it would move them all the same way, even though we maybe want them to move their own way. Right? But if you're going up or down, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to extrude them all out by 1. And then this is really where we're going to subdivide them to corner them inwards. Thing is that we actually want to subdivide, we actually want to extrude them by 1.2, so they actually got this kind of appearance that they're slightly higher. We also want to not do that. Do this. And do this. Just saying this is all coming randomly. I'm like, oh, why not this? And basically, you just try things and see how they look. If they look good, you've done something good, right? If they don't, then don't worry about it. We push it up by 0.75. So this kind of got this. We're actually gonna make these go down. So these ones. See how much I'm like redoing stuff. That's, I kind of started up at the beginning, but you know, we're gonna put these up by to 1.5, like the 1.2 maybe. Yeah, so like 1.1. Then the next set is going to be extruded to 1. Then the set after that is, oh my gosh, is going to be extruded to 0.9. So after that is going to be finally extruded to 0.8. And then we're actually going to push these all in back. These ones, yeah. Just down a little bit. Are we? No, actually I like them like this. So that's what it's going to look like. It kind of looks cool. Nifty. I know it doesn't really line up that much. I mean, to make it line up a bit more, we could always do something like this. Then we could push this out by like 1, like 0.2. And then we just want to kind of do the same kind of pattern. So we went 3, 4, like this. Oh, we'll include this one. This is where we trying to see. So we went 2, and then we went across one like this. Like that, yeah. So like this, and then 0.2, and then we can boost these or out by a little bit by 0.2 again. So we want the so we want like as it goes inner. So these ones also to be pushed out of it. So by 0.1, and then we want the middle one to be pushed out again by 0.2. And we'll do the same on the other side in a second. Now this looks like this right now. And on all sides, maybe it didn't pan on this side, it'll look pretty good. So now we actually want to do something with pylons. Sorry, my voice hasn't been right next to the microphone. So we want to do some subdividing, right? Yeah, we do. Now the problem about subdividing is that we can't just we normally can just, we're going to delete that. So the best way to subdivide, I find, is not to press Control like that and just boost up by 0.1, since we're going to be boosting them up by a bit. Actually, we can boost them up by even longer, like 0.5 or something, or maybe even longer than that, or maybe because like this can be an entire crystal, so maybe these ones can go up by like 0.5 or like 1. That would be interesting, like this. Regardless, and then it doesn't really matter too much, because now we actually do something where we go Control R. There we go. Then we go 4. It's not what I want, but still. 4. I do this all the time. I just make mistakes like that. And then we can do. There we go. I'm getting a little bit better. And I messed up that again. Especially when you have to double click, it's hard to remember, so you always double click these. So now what you want to do is, this isn't exactly how I want it because of how things are going to work out. So it means that we're going to have slight problems, because normally you can kind of get the subdivide up here, but apparently this time I can't. I could get somewhere like in the middle somewhere, like that. But then like subdivides, oh, that's not too bad. And then we could get one like here, like this. Then even though that subdivides like crazy down here, but I mean that gives us more support on either side, like this. Interesting. And then now what we're going to do now, you're going to do something that, what you do is you get all 3 of them. You know, you just get 2 of them. And you turn on proportional editing, and not enough apparently. Yes, this is what I want. Maybe we don't want proportional editing. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, yeah, we don't. Okay. And then we can get these pylon things. And then we'll do the same over here. And oh, we actually press Control Z. Like a noob. And then we're going to make sure we actually put these up how much we want, so like 0.5. And we actually make that up to completely, so because I'm a noob. But yeah, and then we're gonna E by 0.5, and not E. Okay, G. So press your G. And then now we want to do is we want to do it on our y-axis. So press Y. I mean Z. Sorry. Then go 0.5. So if you guys missed that, it was no, I'm bad with Blender because I don't really understand it. So you click on all your lines. You press G, Z, 0.5 for this. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to kind of fold them in. So we want to select this. And we just kind of want to not do that, but extrude it. That's not how I want to extrude it. Oh, we should be able to go face like that. Yes, like this. And we should be able to not do that, but you know, you can. In a way, we basically just kind of want to twist it. So we kind of just want to select all these. Alright, and we just want to R on the Z. Like this. Even that mucks up everything else. We just kind of want to turn the tower. If we want, I'm just thinking, how do we, because this is like, how do we want to do this? Because these are like the pylons. Do we, because I mean, we could just, well, we do want to turn on this slide. Do we just like select these, grab them out like this, so we can kind of get like this kind of thing? Or maybe we can like grab them out and do something like, how we grab them out on Z by 0.5. Oh, I like this, yeah. I didn't mean Z, but we did it anyway. And so we select the middle ones, and we go G, Z by 0.5. So we kind of get this like weird as thing. And then what we're going to do is now we're actually going to, why not? I've got an idea that may or may not work. So we want to actually click here on the face mode, right? And then we're going to go Shift S, which allows us to move our cursor. Then we're going to move our cursor to our selected, so our cursor's here. You can also, move the selection to the grid and stuff like that. And that's how you can kind of get this cool little twisted thing, which we're going to do. And then we're just going to pull up a little bit more by 0.3. So we can, even more on the z-axis by like 0.1, or maybe by, we just like 0.2 or 0.3 or even 0.4. Okay, good. And then now what we want to do is now we want to have a little block. So we want to click this and we want to go Shift S, cursor to the selected. I wonder what happens if we do this. Oh, we get that weird ass thing. Okay, it's fine. And what we want to do is now we actually want to, I mean, we could extrude it, I guess, that way. That would be kind of nifty, but that's not, or do we? I'm just discovering all these cool things. And how much is this? It's about 8, so 0.8. Oh, it's actually not exactly. I hate when it's not exactly. It's like about, yeah, so it's like point. It shouldn't matter too much, but we do want to be exact. So like 0.1, 0.5, 0.9. I wonder if there's a way to snap so you don't have to. Let me press Z. Oh, as we get down a bit, and I'm not. I like the view of that, but no. But regardless, now we're going to put a crystal there. So we actually want to have something in between these. Maybe. I'm just thinking about it. Well, what we could do is we could select these. I do this every time. Don't push Control, just push Shift for that. Then we want to extend this by 1 to get this kind of thing. And we're gonna have like a, I don't know whether or not to have that as like my crystal. It kind of look like a castle. Get this, we'll gas, we actually want to do 1 by 1, so we want to push this out. Or do we want to select them all and then push it out, but like that? I'm just deciding what we need to do. It's a lot of trying things. So how about we do this? Like this. And then extrude this up. We get this. Okay, that looks pretty good. So if we extrude this up by like 1, we get this really kind of cool thing. And then what we can do is now we can, now because we've got these little pockets, now we can extrude these out a bit. Maybe. Actually, I don't like that. And then we can, now what do we want to do? Do we want to, I want to add a crystal. So to add a crystal, you go UV sphere. A lot of people do ICO, you want to use UV. Next, we want to align it how we want it, which is like maybe like this with like a 6, maybe even like an 8. Just so we can actually see where it is. We can move around later. And this is where we really make it. So the rings is, how many people get confused by this? I'll make it 3 rings just to show you. But the rings is how many segments it is. So default is 16. So that means there's 16 of these things down here. Now segments is how many across, I believe. So if we make it 3, you'll see there's 3 across. So if we make it 3, 3, what we'll do is we'll get this 3 across, 3 down kind of thing. Now, 4 is like one of those cool things where you can kind of, well, it's not a cube, but it's kind of cool little crystal thing, and same 5. And then 6 is also got like same kind of ring to it. I like 6 4-bit quite a bit. That's quite a nice one for me. 6 7 is also, I believe, good. Nah, it's not bad, but when you reach that. 5 7 should do us though. So mix 0.4, something like that. That looks pretty good. 0.4, yeah. It's pretty good. And then we can make it like maybe even 4 rings. Like that, yeah, that's quite good. Now what you want to do is we want to put 4 of these in this, seems weird. So we're going to just put 4 of these in this. Or do we do that? Oh, that looks good. That was not what I was expecting. Whether or not we like just insert it here. That looks surprisingly good. I was wondering whether or not I do that. And then we kind of like still. I like this idea. So then what I do is I then collect all these 3. And I make them like this. Just kind of breaking through a bit more. And then we get this like nice cool little thing. And if we make it smooth to flat. You can't even tell a difference. Oh, there's a slight difference in shading. Now what we can do is we can do something called smooth vertex, sorry, and that should make it look a bit different. And maybe we'll like it. We'll see. Yeah, it kind of smooths it down, meaning that you kind of get like slightly different thing. And as you see, by doing that, we kind of get like much more of a crystal dominance. It looks a lot less like, looks a lot more interesting. Now this looks like massive, you know, this looks like something that would require a lot of effort to kill. It doesn't look like something that you could just easily kill. So we're just gonna kind of pull this out by 0.1, which I think is how MOBAs actually should be. Just by a lot of people going, no, I like them the way they are. I think it kind of feels a bit like, oh well, one guy can take down an entire, you know, ancient weather, or this. I kind of like the whole idea that they're fortresses and they're hard and they fight back and they require not just minions, but they require strength. So I mean, if you're snowballing, I mean, it would show there's a little chance to come back, but it's gonna be quite hard to snowball in my game. I'm really trying to debuff snowballing, so those champs who do snowball don't snowball as hard, and they require kills, not just to be there. So I mean, that's quite. That's something I'm trying to do. How do I like that? Quite a lot, actually. I actually really like that. So what we'll do is we'll just, so this is basically it. Alright, we need to add a few more things, but I mean a lot of it's just fun touches, and I mean this has kind of been a long video. It's been 33 minutes, which is, I'm just going to upload it like this because this is kind of like a 10 subscriber how I do my art special, and that was actually really stupid. I can only do one at a time, I forgot about that. And we're going to boost them both by 0.1. Then we do one more, and then we're basically done. Now this is where you can really have a bit more of an artistic one. So if you want to boost this up by 0.1, which why not, we can try it. Then you can kind of do other stuff. This is really where you just make final changes. Alright, we've done, this is just final changes what I'm doing right now, right? It's just like, oh, could this work, could this work, could this work, you know? So we're kind of getting this much more of a 3D pylon thing going. And I don't actually like this big spike right through it. But most likely what we're going to do is we're going to most likely pick the vertex and turn on this. And I don't want to proportionally edit like that. I literally just we can maybe just we can just choose faces and then just do this way. This way is stupid though. We're just gonna do it like this. This. Then we're basically done, and then we can just go down. You go like this. Now, I mean, that's quite good looking for me, right? You know, I'm pretty impressed by that. And I see I was going to do this portrait on other sides. I will, and stuff like this. But yeah, this is quite an impressive model. And yet we started from such basic paths. In this case, I'm just going to grab this line here and just pull this out a bit more. And that should... And so if we grab it and then we put out by 0.5, it should do quite good stuff. Then we grab it and we pull out by 0.5. Okay, now we actually got to grab it by 0.5 like that. And then we actually want to grab it by 0.5, by negative 0.5, like this. Grab these ones by 0.5. Looks good enough. Can't get as much more. It's three-dimensional. I really like this. Now, I mean, the other things would be getting this face and doing something with this face, as usual, and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a bunch of triangles just mixed together, so I'm sure there's a better way to do that kind of shape that doesn't require so many cylinders, but I'm quite happy with it. As you see, the cube is basically just one big thing. So these are two different things, and normally I'd probably make this sculpt a bit different, but I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm probably going to go off and just fix this bit, but thanks guys for watching. And it's about 30 minutes, and it's pretty good. Thanks guys for watching.